Hey guys, Jason here for another week, another LaunchBox Developer Sessions video, and I think this week's video is going to be a fairly short one. There's not a lot to talk about, but still plenty going on in the community and in development. So in the past, this past week, we've added two major new things. The first is Scrape As functionality, and that's actually available in the latest beta. That will let you name your platform whatever you want and tell it to scrape as a particular platform that we know about in the LaunchBox Games database. So that's a pretty big addition, especially for people who want to separate out all the various arcade platforms and stuff like that. That has been a major thing there to get going. And then the other big addition is we've added platform videos. However, I'm still working on that. I did that in the live session yesterday, and so you can watch that all being developed. But it's not out in a beta quite yet because I'm still fixing some glitches with it. So I'm planning to get a beta out here today or tomorrow with the fixes for all these things. Going forward, we are going to focus on cleanup, basically fixing bugs and cleaning up the custom themes, maybe a little bit of a plugin engine, but we need to put out 6.3. I have added so many new features to the 6.3 betas, it's insane. Just across the board, we've done a ton, and we haven't put a new official release out yet. So I need to step back and stop adding new features for a little while because we just keep adding new features and new features and not doing enough testing and debugging and bug fixes and all that stuff. So that is what is planned for the immediate future. We just need to clean stuff up, get it as stable as possible, and get out an official release. The other thing that has been in discussion lately and is uh, quite a this is big news. Unfortunately, it's probably not the best news. It's probably not what you're going to want to hear. So the forums, I have been busting my butt off hours. Haven't been doing it too much. I have been doing it a little bit during regular development time. Been working on the forums and getting a new forums out there. And I had a change of heart yesterday. I was like this close to deploying the new forums and got to thinking about it. And I had such a hard time getting a good forums package to use for the forums on the website, and I it just makes me sick to look at some of the code that's in the forums package and to know that I'm gonna have to tweak it going forward and all that stuff. And so, to be honest, I looked at it and I said, it wouldn't take me that long to build my own forums, and it would be so much better and so much nicer. So that's kind of where I'm at with the forums. It's going to be a little bit longer for the forums because of that, unfortunately. I know I keep promising it and it keeps slipping, and I apologize for that. Mainly, it's just because I want the best stuff. And that's how I've been successful this whole time. I don't put out crap. I don't like dealing with crap software. And so I make sure I put out the best, I do the best I can possibly do. And so that's what I'm trying to do here with the forums. Unfortunately, it's going to mean it's going to be at least a couple more weeks, maybe a month or two before we get the forums replaced. And I know that's not what people want to hear. I know a lot of people are excited about getting those forums replaced, especially because of the performance of the forums right now. But when we do put it out, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be wonderful. So, and I'll have full flexibility and everything else. It's going to be a lot better solution than what I had planned. And I know I showed it off. I think the styling will probably stay very similar for the final product from what you've already seen in the live development session, live development stream video that I showed it off a little bit. But the back end is going to change pretty drastically. It's going to be our own custom back end that does everything much more smoothly, much more securely. Across the board, everything is going to be much improved. So that's not the best of news, but just trust that it's going to be a great solution when it does come out. And I think the current forums are doing fine as is. So I don't want to put out a replacement for those forums um, and have it be a step back. Even if it is more performant, I don't want it to have it be a step back with less features and everything else. And that's what we were going to basically get until I could go back in and add all these missing features. But then thinking about it, I'm going to have to deal with crap code in order to make that happen. And I don't really want to be in the situation. So I'd rather start over and really do this properly from the beginning. So that's what's coming with the forums. I'm sorry that I keep pushing it off and making promises that I'm not fulfilling with that. Obviously, the forums are not my main priority. We focus pretty heavily on LaunchBox and BigBox this past week still, which is good. That's what we should be focusing on. The focus should be on the software more than anything else. So that's kind of where we're coming from. I know I also need to get to the LaunchBox Games database development. I hopped on that briefly and then hopped off of it to get back to app development at one point. So that's coming up here soon. I plan to hop on that hopefully today or tomorrow as well. So obviously, I mean, I've got a ton of stuff to do. We are considering reaching out for some additional development help, but it's difficult to find uh, development help that is going to be well done and is going to be, I mean, it takes a long time to get up to speed. So at this point, I'm not convinced that it would be a smart thing to do immediately, although I am considering reaching out for more development help here going forward to speed up this process even faster. Specifically for stuff outside of the typical realm, like the games database and the LaunchBox forums and stuff like that. So that's where we're at. And to be honest, I actually have reached out for the forums. I enlisted someone to help me with the styles on the forums during the forum development process. So we actually are reaching out a little bit, but we're looking to expand that if we can find the right people. Unfortunately, it's really hard to find good help, as is typical. But that's where it's at. Um, if you are really good in web development, reach out to me and we can talk to see if you might be a good fit. We could use some additional help, and we're going to be extremely, and I mean extremely, we're going to be very picky as far as the kind of help that we take in. I don't take free help. I don't do free help. I get paid obviously, and I want whoever's working on my stuff to get paid. So, but at the same time, we're going to be extremely picky about who touches LaunchBox code and who touches the website code and everything else. So if you're at the top of your game and you're interested, do let me know. We don't have really the funds for a full-time position right now, but we have the funds for some contract work. So let me know if that's something that interests you and you fit the bill. You're an excellent developer with experience, and you can prove it. So that's it there. As far as LaunchBox and Big Box, like I said, we added I'm not sure if I mentioned, we added platform videos. That was the second thing that we added, which is exciting. And that's not out quite yet, but that's coming very soon, probably today or tomorrow. I'll have that out in a beta. And I guess the only thing else I want to do here is open or take a look at this game right here. And this is a thrift store find recently for me. It's called Challenge of the Five Realms, and I will admit this is the first game that I'm bringing in front of you guys that I have really never played. I never played this game, but I found it at a thrift store recently. I found it really interesting. So I actually have a a Dell Pentium 2 machine that I purchased off eBay. I got really lucky and found a really awesome Pentium 2 machine that'll play DOS games. It's got an old school DOS compatible video card in it and all that stuff. So I'm excited to get that so that I can play all these old games. Obviously, you can play the stuff in DOSBox, but I kind of want the whole DOS experience, and I also want to be able to play some old Windows 95, Windows 98 games called for example, Jedi Knight was one game that I wanted to play recently, and I got it running in a what is it? I got in VMware, I think, or actually Oracle's version of it, whatever it's called. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I did get it running recently, actually fairly well. I was tempted to put a video out on how to do it, but I think I'm going to go with the whole genuine, unique experience. So I'm excited to get that guy in the mail here soon and play this and so many other games. But this is Challenge of the Five Realms, Spellbound in the World of Nhagardia. And obviously it's an RPG, but like I said, I haven't even played it. It says IBM 386, 486 and compatibles. Came out in 1992 by Microprose, same company that put out Master of Magic. So this is, I would imagine, somewhat of a precursor to the Master of Magic series, and it actually looks very similar as well. So I'm excited to play it once I get the machine and get around to it. And what I'm super excited about with this release is, or one thing I'm super excited about, it's kind of dumb, but I like the fact that it has all the original floppy disks and they all work. I actually put it in my USB floppy disk drive and was able to actually install the game into DOSBox. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 disks here. 3.5 floppy disks. And every single one of them works great, which is kind of amazing because I found it in a thrift store. I paid like $3 for this thing or something like that. And everything works, everything's included. We have this Spellbound in the World of Nhagardia. Oh, that's the name of the game, of course. We got the manual here. And it's not in perfect condition, but it's good enough. It's got some water damage to it. And then we have this big old map, which is kind of exciting. And I'm not sure if this is printed out from the computer. It looks like maybe it was printed on a dot matrix printer, but this is the walkthrough. Well, that's cool. That's pretty neat. So that didn't originally come with it. And then this technical supplement document. So that's it, I think. Actually, there's something else in here. What is this? Oh, no, that's just part of the box. So that is Challenge of the Five Realms, Spellbound in the World of Nhagardia. If you've played that game, let me know. I want to hear about it. I want to hear how you liked it, if it's really worth the play and all that stuff. I haven't done much research on it yet. So, anyways, that's the video for today. I know I've rambled quite a bit today. I didn't come up with a script or anything because I'm kind of eager to get back to development here. But thank you guys. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for the support. And I will talk to you next week.